Hi, Chad here. So in this section, I want to talk about how enactments develop over time. A stage 1 enactment is different from a stage 2 enactment. And an early stage 1 is different than a late stage 1. So we want to think about where are we and what am I enacting? So early on in couples therapy, we want to look at having them practice this. A lot of times the first time a couple turns to each other and does that enactment, it is a little bit funky. They might laugh or they might say, really, do we have to do this? And I want to encourage you, yes, you have to do this. Not because what we're saying today is so important, right? We're just getting them in the rhythm of doing it. Early on, we want enactments often. We want them practicing this. We want to put them in a routine of saying, hey, this is my experience, or hey, this is what's going on inside me. We want to make sure that they are used to it. As we progress, we want them kind of on the leading edge of what they can do. So if we get something new, different, or deeper, we want to try to enact it every time. Now, if we get blocked, we can back up and enact smaller steps of that. It's a beautiful thing when somebody says, I can't talk about that. Well, can you talk? Then we transition that and say, well, can you talk about the fear, which is an emotion? So we're letting them practice it even along the way. So that kind of goes on. As we get to later stage enactments, we can give them more words. They're more comfortable. They're not nervous turning to their partner at this point, and they can actually kind of hold more content and hold more emotion. So they'll turn to each other and they'll spend a little more time, maybe a lot more time, talking about what's going on inside them. I give them a little bit more leadway in stage 2 than I do in stage 1. In stage 1, I'm very, very focused. Can you turn and say, I'm sad? I'm very clear about exactly the message I want. In stage 2, I'm like, can you turn and talk about how you see yourself in this place and what that feels like and what you need, right? It's a much bigger enactment. But when we've got the nerves out of the room in stage 2, they can do a bigger enactment. So, man, I want to encourage you guys to think about this week when you're going into session with a couple. If it's a stage 2 couple, I'm glad you have them. That's always fun to work with. But can we give them a little bit more in our enactments? If it's an early stage 1 or a brand new couple, session 1, maybe we do a tiny enactment. Just, can you tell your partner you feel that? Thanks, you guys. We get better together. Work on enactments this week. I appreciate it.